Oh my god. Okay guys, so let's talk Blizzard's new spell batching changes, how this actually affects rogues, and let's clear up some confusion because there's some misinformation going around. People are confused about how this actually affects Vanish, Cheap Shot, Gouge, and let me break it down for you. So this is why this is actually a pretty big nerf to rogues overall. So let's go. But you know what isn't misinformation, guys? These amazing Sword and Dagger hoodies and t-shirts available in the merch linked below. Help support Classic Roguecraft and all the free content I create. You can pick yourself up a Sword and Dagger hoodie linked below. Thank you guys. So first let's cover what 99% of you guys have been asking me on stream. Then I'll explain why this spell batching change is actually a nerf for rogues overall. You may have heard that Gouge and Cheap Shot have a delay at the end of their duration. There's been talk of being able to gouge and re-stealth before the enemy can control the character again, even though Gouge is supposed to have fallen off. This is not currently true, and it looks like a mistake that some people may have made due to some confusion with possible PTR server lagging yesterday. Both Gouge and Cheap Shot are currently performing the same as live. So to show you, here are multiple examples of improved Gouge with stealth talents, along with Cheap Shot being used on PTR today. This is Cheap Shot into a scatter shot, functioning the same as it is on live right now. This is Gouge with me spamming a re-stealth button, and the hunter being able to scatter shot me before I'm able to re-stealth. This is Gouge and me spamming a re-stealth button, and a mage able to fire blast me before I'm able to re-stealth. This is Gouge and an enemy rogue able to blind me before I'm able to re-stealth. This is me getting gouged and the enemy rogue trying to re-stealth while I spam and land a blind on him. Now to further test this, I invited my friend Bobka, who is a popular PvP rogue streamer, to extensively test it with me, and he was also not able to re-stealth before being blinded as well. Okay, number 2, you are still able to vanish things. So you can still vanish immune things, but the vanish window is much smaller. So instant application spells in particular are very hard to vanish consistently now. Here, me and Bobcat tested Vanishing Sheeps. Neither of us were able to vanish sheeps with any consistency. I was able to vanish maybe 1 out of 5 or less sheeps. This is me vanishing a charge, but the only way I was able to do it consistently was to cheat using a DBM pull timer to vanish at the exact same time that my opponent was charging at me. Basically, vanishing skills that apply instantly is still possible, but the window is incredibly small and you can't consistently do it, especially if you don't have a low consistent ping. 3. Vanishing projectiles is still fairly doable and not too hard actually. So this is me vanishing a Frostbolt, which wasn't as hard to time because of the travel distance, making it not an instant application spell. So things like Frostbolt, things with a travel time that aren't instant, are actually not too bad to still vanish. So you can still vanish things like Death Call potentially. 4. Improved Sprint still gives a solid immunity window. So interestingly enough, Improved Sprint still gives a decent window of immunity when you use it. Here's me using Improved Sprint and a hunter trying to concussive shot me. He got immune messages every time we tried this until he waited for a good second after I used Improved Sprint. So it seems Improved Sprint is still going to be fairly reliable if you're good at using the window of immunity that it has. 5. Batching spell tricks are much harder and inconsistent to pull off correctly. So one popular trick that you've seen both me and Bobka do before on stream is the Gnomish Death Ray into 5-point Eviscerate combo, which forces mages to ice block or they eventually just lose the fight. This isn't doable consistently anymore from what I've seen. So I spammed the same Eviscerate macro, but half the time the mage is able to blink away before the Eviscerate lands, if they are spamming the standard blink macro. So essentially removing the spell batching has made this trick kind of inconsistent in whether it works or it doesn't work. Okay, so why is this a nerf for rogues? Well, this is a nerf for rogues because this essentially buffs all the classes or some particular classes that we already struggle against. So very good frost mages, hunters in particular, both got buffs from this spell bashing change. And in exchange, we've lost one of our key tools we have to combat them with our vanishing, because vanishing and spell bashing is very inconsistent, and those are some of the tools that we use to really combat the really good hunters and the really good frost mages. So I understand why this change is being made. I do. They need to do this to improve how TBC Arena will function. On the whole, the game feels nicer and smoother without spell bashing, but make no mistakes that this is a nerf as far as rogue power level goes. Okay, so I hope this clears up some confusion for you guys. Thanks again to Bobka for coming on PTR and my guildies for being my test dummies on PTR essentially and letting me test Vanish timings on them and spending a couple hours with me just casting spells on me over and over and over again. So yeah, thank you for all the help. And as always, if you want to catch me live, I stream every weekday on twitch.tv/snowme. Throw me a follow and you can come catch me live, ask some questions, whatever you want, just even come say hi. So yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much and take care.